I bet. And I know you obviously work obviously so many different fields as well, but working in obviously commercial law and intellectual property as well. For those that may not know what these two things actually mean, are you able to share what they mean exactly and what your
Yeah.
work involves?
Yeah. So when I say that I'm a commercial contract and intellectual property lawyer, I guess the commercial contracts element of that is there are deals that businesses do with each other as part of their ongoing activities, and they'll often need input from a lawyer to help do that deal in the right way. It's when two parties come together to strike some kind of business bargain of some sort, and I help to write and negotiate those contracts. And the intellectual property element, if anyone doesn't know, physical property would be houses and whatever, office blocks and things like that. But you can, in the same way as you can own that, you can also own intellectual creations. So you can own a musical composition, you can own a sound recording, you can own a film, and there's a whole area of law around around the rights in those sorts of things and how they're dealt with and who owns them and all sorts of issues that to do with the use of those assets. And I'm a specialist in that area of law, and those two areas come together. So I end up mostly in fact doing deals where the subject matter of the deal is an intellectual property asset or a set of intellectual property assets. So that might be, in the music space, for example, a record deal where it's a contract, it's a deal between a recording artist and a record company, and the deal is about the copyright in the recordings created by that artist. Or I do a lot of work in the advertising sector, and I might be doing a deal between a big brand, in the finance sector, for example, who is engaging an advertising agency to do a bunch of their creative work over the next year or two to help them come up with concepts for ad campaigns. And those ad campaigns and the concepts and the creative work, that's intellectual property rights, basically. So I do deals where intellectual property is at the heart of the deal. That's one way of describing what I do.
That's brilliant. And because you work in so many different fields, what are some of the most common questions and or problems that people come to you with, just in case?
Wow. I mean, it's quite varied. It really depends on the industry. I work in the music industry, film and TV. I do stuff in the tech space, advertising. So really, really varies. It's hard to give a generalized answer to that question. But I guess, fundamentally, people come to us to try and get deals done. They come to us to get deals done and done in the right way, So I think the question I probably hear most is, when will this deal be signed, Nick? How much will it cost me, and how much money will I make? Those are probably, if I really think about it, the questions that I end up responding to probably every day.